All right, hi everybody. Welcome to today's 30-minute practice. I'm really excited about what we have in store. This is sort of like unofficially, or I guess officially themed yoga for travel. It's the summertime. I know a lot of people are taking trips, even if they're like business trips in a car, or maybe you're taking some fun vacation or getting to see some family. So this is a practice that you can do with minimal props, minimal setup, kind of anywhere. You don't even actually need a yoga mat to do it. So maybe this will be something that's helpful to you while you're away from home and just feeling a little stiff and like you'd like to move and connect with the breath. It also happens to be very like hips, hamstring, low back focused, since I feel like when traveling, those are things that tend to get the stiffest. There will still be like tons of good spinal movement and things for opening through the chest. But we've added an extra focus on the lower body. So I invite you to get started laying down on your back in whatever's a comfortable position for you. If you want to follow along with the playlist, I'm pressing play on the playlist linked below. And it can sometimes be tough to move from like movement and going into stillness. So give yourself maybe just like a couple of extra breaths, couple extra moments here to like fidget out, decide what shape would feel the best for you. And then when you feel ready to settle, laying down somewhere on your back. If your low back is feeling a little upset with you this morning, you might go for broken bridge, where the bottoms of your feet are on the floor, mats with distance, and then you knock the knees together. Maybe a little more openness in the hips would feel nice, where bottoms of the feet touch, knees are open wide. Scoot your feet further away from your body for listen. And as you start to find stillness, bring your hands somewhere that feels comfort. Just take a minute to check in with yourself. Noticing the way your breath feels. Scanning your body from head to toe, noticing what feels tight, cranky. And then just as important, taking a moment to go inward emotionally, just notice how you're feeling. Maybe something's on your mind. Again, there's no need to clear this mental clutter, this emotional intensity before we practice. It's just good to acknowledge what's here and let it be. While you're here, just breathing, softening through the body, allowing yourself to relax, maybe for the first time today. Just take a moment to decide what you need from this 30 minutes. There will be options to make things a little more energetic, a little more athletic and physical if you feel like you have energy to burn, and maybe chances to really dial in. If you're looking for something a little more flexible. A couple more breaths here. Start to bring in deeper, fuller breaths, something that feels nourishing and good. Like a big breath in, filling. And then a big breath out, maybe even an audible sigh or a sound. Take two more like that on your own, filling all the way up and inviting a release. And keep the legs as they are. Bring your fingertips down onto the ground, back of your hands against the earth. As you inhale, slide your hands along the ground, reaching them back overhead. Find a big stretch throughout the body. And as you exhale, W the arms, so elbows come to touch the ground, and then drag your elbows down to your hips. So we're opening across the chest. 3 more like that. Big in-breath, snow angeling the arms up and overhead. And then a big, slow breath out, broadening across your heart space. 2 more of these on your own. Move slower than you want to. Keep that big, powerful full breath. The next time you're done, your little snow angel, hug your knees up and in towards your chest. Either find a little rock side to side, maybe draw circles with the knees. We're just checking in with the low back here. Notice any tenderness, any tension. Switch directions of the knees. Good. Now bring your feet onto the ground, knees point up towards the sky. We're going to just find some pelvic tilts here. This helps just draw awareness to the region of the body we'll be focusing on, and is also really good for the low back and hips. So as you take a breath in, tilt your pelvis forward. This pops your lower back up off the ground. You might even be able to slide a finger or two underneath. Then as you exhale, we're tucking the pelvis, so squishing the low back down to the ground, and you'll feel the front of your core fire. But inhale again, rock the pelvis forward, space under the back. And exhale, squish. I like to imagine squishing the blueberry. Keep going with this rocking movement here. Inhaling to lift the low back. And exhaling, just squish the blueberry. Bring your hands wherever feels good for feedback. I like to keep my hands on my hips to actually feel the pelvis rotating. This is completely up to you. It's nice to lay down, you know. Right, take a couple more. Just noticing what range of motion feels available. Noticing any sensations you observe in this area. Nothing wrong, nothing right. Good, and when you finish up your last set, find what feels like a neutral pelvis to you. So you know the anterior tilt, you know the posterior tilt, what's something in the middle. Push your feet into the ground, maybe wiggle your feet a little closer to your butt. As you inhale, lift the hips up, either keep the arms down at your sides, or you option to send the fingertips back overhead. Now as you exhale, one vertebrae at a time, come back down. Again, like that, inhale, lift the hips. Option to lift the arms. Exhale, lower with control. Starting to warm up through the outer hips, through the legs. 3 more, inhale. And exhale. Keep moving with your breath. See if you can make your breath, your movement last for the whole inhale and the whole exhale, really syncing up breath and movement. I've got 2 more. The last one. And exhale all the way down. Good. Send the left leg long. Bring the right leg to squeeze up and in towards your right armpit. This is half happy baby. This feels like a lot for the low back. Bring the left foot onto the ground so your knee is bent. But if your leg is long, try to reach it as long as you can. Like imagine you could actually stretch 3 inches longer so you're lengthening the front of the left hip. And then squeeze your right knee in. And resist the pressure of your arms a little bit so you're finding more of an active stretch through the right hip. Take a big breath in here. And as you exhale, guide your right leg across your body. We're coming into a twist. Let your right leg rest on the ground. It's okay if it turns you a little more sideways. Send the left arm out long. Bring the right arm towards the left palm. Rest your head wherever feels good. And as you inhale, open the we're reaching the right arm up and over like you're drawing a rainbow. And then hold for a moment here. Actively expand your wingspan here. So both arms are reaching in opposition. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, let's come back to starting position. Let's do 2 more of those on this side. Inhale, rainbow the right arm up and over. Inhale. And exhale, come back to start. We've got one more like this. And when you come back to your starting position, we'll roll back to center and swap out the legs. So this time, right leg goes long, left knee hugs up and out towards the armpit. Same option on this side. You might bring it's cramping, fun. Might bring your foot onto the ground to ease the low back, or if it's long, think about stretching it as long as you can. Continue to breathe here. Body is heavy. Find that little squeeze of the left leg. Gently resist the strength of your arms. Relax your face. Breathe in here. Now, as you exhale, draw the left leg across the body into a twist. So left leg rests on the ground. Extend the right arm long. Bring the left arm on top of the right. Inhale, left arm arms up and over. Hold here for a minute. Expand your wingspan. Relax your face. Heavy your hips. Breathe in. And return to center. Take 2 more of these on your own, big and slow. When you've finished up your last one, bring yourself back to center and we'll meet on all fours in tabletop. If you like to rock and roll the length of your spine, maybe that feels good. If you prefer to just roll onto your side and press yourself up, we'll all meet in tabletop in 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. Tabletop is where we meet. Start to find some cat and cow here. Shoulders are over wrists. As you inhale, lift the tailbone up. We're finding that tip of the pelvis. And as you exhale, this is the squishing of the blueberry, but there is no blueberry to be found. Start to find a little rhythmic movement here. And see if you might originate this movement from the pelvis. So the spine is part of it, but can you really let this be about a rocking back and forth through the lower body? And then notice the way that that extends up to the spine, even out through the top of your head. But now if cat and cow is like really what you need right now, you can keep going. Or maybe you start to draw, maybe you widen your legs, almost like child's pose legs, and start to find some hip hinges. So hips go back towards one ankle and up, and then over and back towards the other. You might start to feel some sensation through the inner thighs, through the outer hips. Maybe you find a way to blend this movement with cat-cow. Take about 4 more rounds of whatever you're playing with, really connecting to the breath and the sensations that you're noticing in your body. I'll take 1 more round. Just so return to center, tuck your toes, lift your hips up into downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here, pedal it out through the legs. I guess this is the one part that would be challenging if you're not on a yoga mat. If you're on a slippery surface, it may take a little more effort to keep your hands and your feet where they are. Depending on where you're feeling tight today, down dog can feel, I don't know about for you, but so different. Sometimes I only feel it in my calves, sometimes just the low back, sometimes the shoulders. So take some stock here and just notice what you're working with. Gaze forward, inhale. Exhale, fold forward, walk your feet up towards your hands, big forward fold, bend your knees a lot, keep your feet as wide as feels good. Option to do whatever you want with your arms. But I invite you to relax your neck and your shoulders even more than you think you could. Lots of love for the outer hips, for the low back, for the hamstrings here. Now wiggle your toes a little closer together, something that feels comfortable for you. Bend your knees generously. Bring yourself up to stand. All right, our sun A today is going to blend many different movements. We're going to get to the 6 core movements of the spine. So forward and backward, side to side, and twists. And the thought is, you've been sitting in a car or an airplane all day. This is just going to get some movement, some really repetitive action to get the blood flowing. So stand firm at the top of your mat, spread your toes wide, fire up through your legs. As you inhale, reach the arms up high. As you exhale, twist to the right, reach the right arm back, left arm forward. Hips stay still and strong. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist the other way. Keep squeezing the glutes, lengthening through the top of your head. Nice. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend to the right. Option to grab for your left wrist or bring one hand onto your hip. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend the other way, lifting up and then over. Nice. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, little back bend. Squeeze your glutes. Find this W shape with your arms again, spreading the collarbones long and wide. Good. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold forward with soft knees. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, high plank and pause. Plant your palms, shoulder width distance, step straight back. Stay here for a couple breaths. Firing up your whole body helps support this shape. Keep the breath going. Imagine you could bring your hip points closer to your face. So find this activation through the core. Actively push the ground away from you. You're doing so good. We're here for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Lower to your knees. Lower all the way down to your belly. Option to keep the toes tucked or to untuck them. And I'm going to show you 2 options here for back activation. The first is a press up. So walk your hands a little further in front of you so they're more in line with your face than your shoulders. And as you inhale, use the strength of your arms to lift your whole torso up. This is like a little more lower back focused. So you could stay like this. You're extending through the top of the head. And then lower down. Second option is cobra. So slide your palms underneath your shoulders. As you inhale, pinch the shoulder blades together. Drag your heart up and forward. Keep the back of the neck long. This is more of an upper back strengthening, but your lower back is still getting a lot of love here too. Take a breath in. And exhale, lower. Inhale, press up to your knees or high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to flow through that 2 times now, matching breath to movement. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain, rise top. Exhale, twist right. Long arms. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, twist left. Good. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, bend left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, little back bend. Lift your heart. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, high plank. Take a big breath in here, you got it. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale for cobra or a press up, your choice. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop or high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last time through, inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift half. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain, rise top. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, your back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, high plank. Breathe in here. Stay, or as you exhale, lower to your knees, into your belly. Inhale, cobra or press up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop or high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Then we'll move on here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sink your butt down and back. Reach the arms forward. Keep breathing here. If this is too much on the shoulders, bring your hands to your heart. But actually, all of us are going to bring our hands to the outsides of our thighs now. Your knees can be touching if you're doing like a yoga chair. But if it feels better in your body to have your hips a little wider and make this more of like a power squat sort of shape, maybe your toes are even out, like you know what's going to feel best to you. See if you can turn on more glute and outer hip strength here. Now bring your hands to your outer thighs, like above the knees. When you think about pushing your legs out into your hands, and then press your hands in towards your legs, feel your outer hips, your glutes firing up. Keep this engagement as you bring your hands to heart or reaching forward. You're not here for long, you're doing so good. Can you make your spine longer? Are you still breathing? Can you relax through the face? You're here for 4. For 3, can you sink 1 inch back for 2? And 1 last breath in. Exhale, fold forward, release. Nice job. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step the left foot back. So stepping the left foot backwards. I know I said minimal props. If you have blocks, they might be helpful here. If all you've got is your water bottle, that works. So left foot is back, right foot is forward. Lower the left knee down. Walk your hands up through the right thigh. Option 1 is to stay lifted like this and really active through the legs. So back toe, tucked, untucked, whatever you want. Actively push both legs down and hug towards the midline. For more of this active sort of stretch, you might be feeling an opening across the left hip. If you're looking for some dynamic movement and like a little more love for the hips and hamstrings, you might start to crawl between a lunge forward and half split. So like the water bottle block is here to help reach the ground. And if you need a little more room in the middle here, wiggle your right foot further away from your body. So this is it. We're just like rocking back and forth. Remember to breathe. Notice how it feels to really flex those front toes back towards your shin as the leg is straight. Maybe you even try kind of like windshield wipering the foot side to side, just noticing how that feels. A couple more minutes, or not minutes, just breaths here to check in with this forward and backward movement. Good. Do 1 more round. The next time that you are forward in your lunge, lift the back leg up. And with a big inhale, start to step the left foot forward, leading the forward fold. It's okay if it takes a couple steps. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step the right foot back this time. So right toes go back, left leg is forward. Option to move this left leg further away to make more room in the center of your mats. Lower the right knee down, grab your water bottle block if that was helpful to you. Oh wait, we're walking up first. Option 1, walk up. The sturdy lunge, as it is definitely not called, but I'm calling it. So this is an awesome option if you're working to build a little more stability through the legs or feeling still and grounded. It feels like what you need right now. So remember, we're pushing both feet down. We're squeezing the feet towards each other. We're even hugging the legs in towards the midline. Maybe this is where you want to be. If you want to find a little more movement, bring the hands down towards the ground or towards your water bottle block. And we're rocking back and forth. Inhaling to lunge forward, exhaling to pop into this little half splits moment. I forgot to say, cushion the knees however feels right. You can double fold the mat. Maybe it's not too late to grab a blanket that's nearby if that's gonna feel better. I'm gonna just shut up and let you enjoy stretching your hamstrings for a minute. All right, take one more round, whatever movement you're playing with. If you're still standing in sturdy lunge, awesome job. You don't have to do anything else. Next time you are forward in your lunge, bring the back leg up. And then with however many steps it takes, bring both feet forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, frog pose. Wiggle your feet further apart, toes out, heels in. You can sink the hips down. Now we've got a lot of options here to make this feel better. If you've never tried frog at the wall, I guess this is sort of a wall. It can just feel really supportive. I know I said no blocks, but do you have blocks? I don't know if sitting on your water bottle would feel good, but I don't know. This is just a moment to kind of open up through the hips. And if you don't have a wall or blocks or anything, stay up a little higher. You can kind of rock side to side. This is a big opening for the hips. If your body's not ready for this right now, it's okay. But it might feel really nice to keep the heels lifted and kind of find this movement. So lots of options here. I'm going to give you about 5 more breaths to just be in this shape, whether it's static or dynamic. I think you can make your spine a little longer. This is a nice place to drop your awareness inward again, noticing how the body feels, observing any mental chatter, any waves of emotion you're riding. Well, as always, you can stay if this is feeling really good. To get out of it, we're going to do a really sexy transition where you just kind of fall forward. So this is, I truly think, the least painful way to do it. So just flop out of your frog safely, comfortably. We're going to meet seated on the ground on your bum. Hands are back behind you for support. Bring your feet out in front of you, feet on the ground, knees up. Bring your feet wider than your hips. Puff up your chest here, so arms are helping support you. Drop your knees off to one side, back to center, and the other side. Just start to find this little rocking side to side and bringing some internal, external rotation to the hips. You want a little bit of a spinal twist here. When your knees go to one side, reach your arm in that direction, like you're grabbing a glass of water on a table just a little too far away. You might notice a nice little twist through the spine and a little extra pressure on the outer hip in the direction that you're twisting. So a couple more breaths wherever you are. Good. Now come back to center, send your legs long, give them like noodle legs, spaghetti legs. And our last stretch here before we spend a little bit of time breathing to close things out. It's just a nice seated forward fold. This is great if your low back and your hamstrings are feeling tight. We'll start with the low back version. So bring your feet onto the ground and create some space with your knees bent. What you're gonna do is inhale, reach up high, long spine. And as you exhale, hinge forward at the hips and then wrap your arms around your legs and bring your chin down as much feels good. If you're experiencing a lot of lower back tightness, this might feel really nice. If this isn't doing it for you, straighten the legs a little more, any amount. You might even flex your toes back towards your shins and just notice how this feels on the low back, outer hips, and hamstrings. job. Gently bring yourself up to a tall seat. We'll close with a little bit of alternate nostril breathing, really great for recentering, calming down. So find your comfy spot. You could even be laying down. We're going to bring the right hand up to the face. Your thumb is going to plug right nostril. Release your ring finger. That's going to plug left nostril. All other fingers tuck in. My pinky can't tuck, so you're going to do great. Plug the right nostril. Find a long, tall spine. As you inhale through the left nostril, breathe in. Plug left nostril, exhale right. Inhale right. Plug right, exhale left, nice and easy. Inhale left. Plug left, exhale right. Inhale right. Plug right, exhale left. Do 3 more rounds on your own. Forget where you are, it's all good, just start somewhere. Release tension through your face, jaw, shoulders. That every inhale root you more firmly in the earth beneath you. But take your time, but when you're all done, bring your both hands to rest on your lap. Palms up to cultivate openness, receptiveness. Palms down for more grounding and calm. Just notice how you feel. Checking in with the body, the mind, the emotions. Take a minute to give yourself like a little mental fist bump for choosing to do this for 30 minutes instead of so many other things demanding your attention. And we'll end with 3 big breaths together. As you inhale, option to reach both fingertips up, up, up towards the sky. And as you exhale, draw your palms to your heart. Again, breathing in, expanding in all directions. And breathing out. Last time through, inhale, biggest breath of the whole day. And your biggest breath out, let something go. Thank you so much for practicing together. Hope wherever you are, you're feeling good, feeling connected to yourself, feeling physically better than you were before. And I will see you next time. Thanks for coming. Bye.